The Renekton will have a fair bit of power in the early stages of the game after a couple of levels, but the Scion will just exist.
I think T1 are pretty okay with this. You know, they end up in... They have a comfort pick for Faker. Faker's most played in rounds 3 to 5.
Definitely there. As Duro just continuing to put the pressure onto Gumyushi. And this is not something that we often see, right? This is the bottom lane that often has all the pressure. And now Canyon, speaking of pressure, is coming down to look for a dive. Gumyushi does have his summoners available, but he may have to use them as the Valkyrie comes out. There's the barrier as Duro holding onto the turret aggro, and he is a cannon. And so he can do it as Carrier now so incredibly low as Canyon just standing next to him. Gets out the steadfast presence as the flash forward. Duro will be able to tank that one up. No buckler death for him. And it's 2 kills here in the bottom lane already for Gen.G.
Duro just playing that one so perfectly. I feel like playing with T1's bot lane now. Dive coming top.
Yep, Keen could be in a little bit of trouble, and by could be, I mean, he definitely is. Flash out from Ona, that is going to keep him alive. Keen will be able to deal with this wave.
Maybe he gets his POM finally. So here he sets up and baits the slam from Carrier, flashes it immediately, which was just so well played, and then lands the root onto Carrier, gets him low. Goes for the redive here, takes aggro, walks out, the buckler comes in, not enough to kill him.
Yep. His way back up. Actually, no, didn't actually decide to go back, was just chilling underneath the turret. As the flash forward, looking to lock down the Nico, and Doran just punishes Duro for overstepping.
Beautiful play there from Doran. Knows the summoners are down from that dive in the bot lane. Definitely a nice resurgence there. Kind of needed for the side of T1. Finds the window, doesn't get tricked by the clone as well. Connects immediately. Damage, especially with the buffs they made to his dominance, he just kind of melts everyone who's nearby.
Could be a very large problem. Not to mention the skirmishing capabilities of things like Xin Zhao and stuff like that, especially if they can carry the orb around that Faker can deliver. As Chovy just trying to get back to this lane right now. And they just come back like with a random toy car from the toys aisle.
Kind of chocolate bar, you know?
I'm not saying this out of experience. We've got a bit of an engage. Great snare to come down from Duro, and another kill comes in for Ruler. Now Duro looking to lock down Carrier, but he's not going to find her. Gumyushi does flash away, but it's a double for the Kai'Sa. Doran trying to get in there as Canyon looking to fend him off. But Meek not going to quite work out. The heroic charge does come through though, and Ruler will be locked down. Doran is very scary, but he just goes down. Chovy finds the angle, and it's another Tangle Barbs as the double comes in for Duro.
It's just over. It is just unplayable.
It's kind of crazy though, because you can see Canyon moving over here, looking to try and lock down this dragon. Could be double dragon for T1 to start this one off, as the knockup does come through, but they're not going to be able to get here. That's going to be a Chemtech Soul, which honestly, not too bad. Oftentimes they give you a hard time for this one, but there is a Renekton and stuff like that, as Gumyushi taking a lot of damage here. There's not a lot of teams are in him, as it turns out. It's okay, we've got a cease and desist here. Gumyushi is going to agree. He will stop. As Canyon, he may as well. And a teleport in from Doran as well, so that is going to mean that it's T1 favored.
Same amount of damage to get Canyon, and then Ona making the crack call. Knew the tower hit would kill the enemy jungler. Chases down Ruler with the help of Doran, and now we'll be able to pick up the Rift Herald, and this is actually feats of strength for T1, so despite the gold lead...
Oh, not quite. Haven't got a first turret yet.
Yeah, they need first turret, okay. The objective of the feats of strength, so...
Yep. Tim and Keen has to flash to get himself out of the way. Blooming Burst not quite doing enough here as Chovy walks
and look at
into
the low
the river here. They've got so much vision of this area as they look for it. Doran underneath the turret, but maybe it's a bridge too far still. They managed to lock that turret down and trade for their Renekton. Cease and desist, and they just mow them down! Keen not going to quite find the window here as another Tangle Barbs comes in, and Owner is also dead. It's a triple for Ruler. Oh no! It looked so good for T1 until it was a disaster.
That was their objective in that. They were like, we want to take the turret. Doran goes zone them off. If we can get some kills, great. But the main focus was taking the turret there. And Gen.G were just absolutely laser focused on we can just wipe them, especially with how strong Ruler was. And I think T1 just kind of disrespected Gen.G in the moment.
Yep.
And was so and now this 7-2 Kai'Sa
could take games off Gen.G.
Legend Rise was implemented just to protect everyone from Broke.
Yeah. Or protect Gen.G from Broke, basically, is how that one generally goes. And understandably so, they've been terrorizing them for years. As Keen looking for a bit of that Scion cheese from the brush.
Maybe that minion just decided to jump in the air.
Yeah. That's probably what Gumyushi was thinking.
It just doesn't.
This is curious, but you know, it's some spaghetti. As Owner is off to the side, this Otacon down to 50%. It's taking so much damage, man. If Ruler decides, things just go down, but Doran has found a flank angle, and Owner gets himself in there. It looks like they're not interested in the Otacon. A cease and desist will connect, fully charged Q onto Doran, and he is going to be the first one to go down. poplossum to deal with Carrier, and they do manage to do it. It's just front to back here for Gen.G as Ruler goes in, looking for the last few shots. The supercharger comes down, but Gumayusi, he outplays it. Duro now in trouble as Otacon is looking to finish him off as Keen. Can he get over this wall to lock him down? And he has the flash. And Gumayusi, not many ways out here. Faker has actually taken out Chovy off to the side, and he gets the Otacon! All of the pedals going their way, and now they have the DPS. Keen, he's just a tank, and he has to walk it off.
That was such a clutch play from Faker and Guma, this duo, keeping the hopes of the team alive.
That was absolutely ridiculous.
You know, they haven't won this game yet, but if they do, we're going to look at that moment where he TP'd in at low HP to Otacon, just killed Chovy, took the neutral, and was like, see you guys, thanks for the buff.
And that's just how it is on the Rift. Looks like Keen is going to try and punish him for it, but he's not going to be able to do so. Not a lot of follow-up in the area.
Yeah, Dragon spawning up, so teams are starting to set up around this and pull a little bit away from the Baron. Do you see Chovy looking on this flank angle?
Yeah, Carrier is going to get spotted here by Gen.G as Keen moving in, wanting to find the angle. Chovy throws down between worlds. There's the Void Seeker connecting for Ruler as he gets dove on by the Renekton, and poplossum does nothing at all, and now Canyon's in trouble. Void Seeker is going to connect. There is the knock-up, and Ruler is over the wall. He takes down Gumayusi, goes golden to keep himself alive as Carrier's trying to be a hero, but it is going to work. They do get Ruler, and now it's Chovy needing to kill Faker in this game, because if they don't, he might be able to just win this one by himself. He wants to take the Aurora, but the orb doesn't have the range. Owner wants to get in there. There is the stasis to avoid Keen, but he's so extremely tanky. And Chovy's not going to risk it this time around. Owner just audaciously charging this Brambleback. And yes, Keen is kind of immortal against these champions as Chovy's making his way back, and that is T1's cute exit.
The Dragon, that's how concerned they are about moving into an area they don't have vision on the back of the fact that they don't have flash on their carries.
And it is Soul Point. They have started off this Baron as Duro not going to get stunned. As there's the knock-up coming on through. Duro gets over the wall, but I don't think he's necessarily in safety just yet. That Tangle Barbs may have helped out as Doran looking to get in there. The poplossum, though, is going to hold him up in the air, and Duro will survive. That was some very cheeky Nicoing, and that means that the Baron is going to get stopped as now Canyon, he's the one in trouble, and Gumayusi does a lot of damage. Cease and desist will not be acquiesced at this point in time. And there goes the jungler, and the Baron's up.
Yeah, so big pick to get Canyon down. They want to set up for this Baron, but Doran is low, and they're still cautious about the potential for a fight. They're now looking for more.
Yep, Mega Cone does get Owner in there as between worlds goes Chovy. Knock-up is going to come on through for Keen, but he is still melting here against T1. He does find some knock-ups, but doesn't get the Q. Void Seeker going to come on down here as Ruler. I don't think he wants to fight this. The Zombie Scion will be taken down, and T1 keep everyone alive.
It's a W every time it lands.
Yep, Chovy's still up as well, as there is Doran setting up that Dominus. He's had a beeline towards Ruler every single time, but this health bar is just getting softened up. The Baron's likely to go down, but can they get themselves out? And the answer is absolutely yes. 1,000, which means approximately 0.
Yeah, beautifully played there from T1. The pick on a Duro not quite working out, but it was the pick set up.
And so Gen.G will not have any of these turrets fall just yet, but on this push, it should be this one going down as Canyon looks for an angle. Doesn't quite get over the wall, but there is between worlds for Chovy, looking to try and lock down Owner here as the Tangle Barbs will connect.
Oh, this mid-tier 2 without the Aurora ult feels like a lot of pressure, not able to be there.
Yep.
Another picked up. That's 2,400 on the Baron power play so far. And I think I'm looking really at Duro on this Nico. If he can find a big poplossum, that can be make or break in this game.
Yep. There's a knock-up from Keen as Canyon looking for a little bit of an angle. Chovy is going to teleport in. So that is Summoner Spell used. Canyon with a bit of a wraparound as the Dragon has now spawned. Void Seeker does find Gumayusi. Kind of a big deal as this Rabadon's Death Cap has been completed. Valkyrie is a good trade for that one. As Keen now moving his way in. That health bar is getting real large. As Chovy on that angle, Canyon moves into the pit. I think unseen there as now Doran dives on top of Chovy. Can he actually get himself out? He goes between the worlds, but the Krug Lord has him exactly where he wants him, and the Dragon goes over to T1. Keen is looking to go down here as well, as no redemption for the Scion, and T1 finding the angles in the late game.
Such a great read from Doran. Chovy trying to be annoying on this side, harassing, looking to find an angle on the Aurora. Immediately Doran pounces.
Looking to get into position here. That is definitely this inhibitor going down. Let's see how much more that they can collect. As there is no Baron, they can deal with the wave theoretically, but there's a lot of low-range members on Gen.G. And T1 will have front row seat to this. Here's the engage as Ruler dives in, immediately does go golden and does flash away. Can he stay alive? That's the question. The answer is no! Owner is able to lock him down as Canyon gets into that backline, but it's not going to be enough. And T1 they were losing the entire game until they weren't, as Keen is going to show up, looking to try and deal with this wave as best he can. They might be able to do it here for now, but that's another zombie Scion. And Doran running amok in this fight as well. This one may not necessarily be completely over just yet, but I think the writing is on the wall as T1, phenomenal performance late in this game. Duro and Chovy trying to get this one done. Out goes Chovy, no between worlds for you. And Gumayusi just needs a few shots on this Nexus. Chovy not going to be able to finish him off. And there it is, T1 with a game 1 win.
And done in such a T1 fashion. And it's going to be pretty difficult. I feel like if we get to the later stages against T1, if Gen.G aren't crisp, if they end up face tanking the hostile takeover, things could get very messy very quickly. Yeah, the ranged into melee support in a good spot. And now looking for a potential dive. They are healthy.
They're healthy, but so is this wave. As Extendo Beam does come on through, let's see what Dura can do to keep Ruler alive. As he does ghost, but that is not going to help him at all. Down will go Carrier though. And so that is something back, a 1-for-1, but with the Zeri missing out on all of this farm. What are the feet of a Rhino called?
I think it's just hooves as well, right?
They're not hooves though.
Are they not?
I don't think so. As Ruler may just kill Doran here as he flashes and picks it up. That was really brutal, like you flashing on top of me every single moment in the last game. Can I have one back? Maybe there's some generosity there as Keen. Not going to be treated with very much generosity here towards the bottom side of the map. I say that. Doran is going down so incredibly low as Owner gets in there, tries to put him in the kennel as the ward goes down, and Doran is able to help him burn that one out. So it is going to be double flashes invested here by T1 as Chovy with a Justice Punch that goes the wrong direction, but that is going to be A-okay. That got the value for his Trundle. As Duro is flashing in, Handshake is going to come on down as Canyon says, "This is my dragon, please leave it alone." And they will say yes.
Yep. Kind of have to back away in that situation with Owner that low. It's so easy for a Pantheon just to execute you.
Nope. No flash available here for this particular Gwen as Duro is utilizing that Hex Flash, and they will be able to find Guma here. He does have the bailout, but I just don't know whether that's going to be proccing as Ruler looking for more. It is another kill going over to this Zeri.
Obviously very strong. T1's bot lane not expecting to be punished because, you know, you think you're playing Civ, you think you've got the spell shield ready to safety. But a great punish there from Gen.G's bot lane, and now the Zeri being 2-1-1.
That's a huge deal, and I have confirmation from Wolf in the chat. He has said that this is certified.
Yeah, that's why he got caught out before and after bin his flash.
You're exactly right.
Unfortunate. Oh no.
Now, some needlework going to come on through here as Carrier, not going to find the hostile takeover because Keen just walks over it. Now he's looking for Gumayusi, who's not going to have any way out of this one. Duro just pulls him in with the Magnet Storm, and now, can we have some Gwen certification? Too worried about it, so we're going to check this one out once again. Keen looking very relaxed there in the player cam as he just wanders over. Yep. And the hostile takeover is just going to do nothing as a result. There's another flash in live, as we can see in picture-in-picture.
Yeah, just runs them down. Knows they don't have the summoners, committing to it with Duro.
To this at some point in my life.
I feel like I feel the exact same. I feel like I once knew that, and then it's been removed in return for like the AP ratios on Ziggs Q.
Oh, got a little bit of a stun here onto Owner, who does have to flash away. Hostile takeover is only going to connect onto the Pantheon, but he's kind of okay with it as the heroic charge comes down. Bailout will actually activate, but not too much more as, oh goodness, if it wasn't certified before, it certainly is now. Yeah, Wolf was onto something, as that's a double kill. 4, 1, and 2 now for the Zeri.
And this time, though,
I would say so. It did feel pretty significant last time, but the results certainly were not. This is another result of some situations that were happening elsewhere, as the teleport brings Faker in, but he doesn't really want to be here. Still, Carrier and Ona are going to turn up, and I don't think Keen is quite as immune as he really wants to be, as the bailout is down onto Ona, and down goes the Gwen.
you know, they were like close. To be fair, Guma did just get a good amount of XP because he kind of catch up XP, but
yeah,
it is.
It's going to be first turret going over to T1.
Massive lead.
That is going to be a big deal. That will be able to close that gap just a little bit, but it is still 2.5k. Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, Gumiushi is going to get magnetized, and Ruler going to zap him a few times. Does actually invest the flash, just to make sure that he's not going to get closed in on, as Owner has found him. And if he gets into Rune Prison range, this could be dangerous for Ruler, who's trying to kite this one out, but it's not going to work. And it's going to be the Rumble that locks down the shutdown.
And gets that 652 gold shutdown, so Faker getting pretty strong as well now.
Yep. Feats of strength do go over. Did you ever use it as a track, or was it only ever to launch cars as far as you could launch them?
Launch cars.
Yeah, that was actually the only thing I thought that it was.
Did you ever
for.
play Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Oh yes.
You know, there was that roller coaster you could make where I did the loop and just went, and then if you
fired them off into the sun.
Chovy, he's going to make his way over there.
Yeah. Immediate teleport going to come on through here from both the Rumble and the Galio, as Keen possibly going to get flanked here as Faker does come on over, but he has Carrier in tow. We do have the heroic entrance coming down. The equalizer does basically nothing, unfortunately. And Chovy's able to tank this one up. T1 using so many resources, and they have to realm warp themselves out. But Duro just catches them in the magnet. Handshake is decent, but it just brings Ruler closer. So the T1 will melt. Another Penta will be denied. This time it's Canyon that does it. But Ruler probably still happy. He's a 9-2 Zeri in this game.
That's just prime scenario for the Zeri. You saw T1 not thinking they can take a straight up 5v5. Look to try and shut down the Gwen on the angle. The Galio comes in to save, and then it's just cleanup time for the Zeri. Yeah. And then we get the slow comes in from the Pantheon, and then the engage from the Rel, and then this with the Runans as well.
Yeah, the ulti hits 4 at the same time.
It's just prime scenario for a Zeri at this point. And I feel like Ruler just, it was just like the most chill team fight ever.
That edge that goes really, really far, possibly never ending. That has now been completed as Ona wanting to steal this one away. He does get stunned up though, and then just put into the blender. Down goes Gumiushi first. The other con is secured by Ruler somehow, as Carrier trying to get himself out, but he just gets crashed into by this Rel. And now skating over the wall, Jet Set Radio Future here for Ruler, and he will be able to just zap down Faker. There's the pentakill for Ruler Zeri, as it doesn't work the first time. Why not just set it up again?
And then here, Ruler's definitely going to call for it now.
Yep, let's listen to him celebrate. The man that gets denied the most pentas out of any other player on the planet. It will be Doran. Ruler able to lock it down, but Quadrant Kill comes in. I want to see the celebration. Ruler, give it to me. Wow, zero reaction at all. I guess maybe he's playing Zeri, so he's like, maybe it doesn't count. As Keen is going to be able to pick up a kill onto Doran here at the same time. Land the taunt, but Ruler not going to go too aggressive. Keen is, though, as in comes the Galio as well. Lands a nice double knockoff as the bailout is there, but it buys a few seconds maybe. And Gen.G are just going to pile in and destroy. Ruler looking to skate on over and just one taps the rest of Doran's health bar. And Gen.G, I think they're done having fun in this game. They're going to look towards game number 3 to try and close this one out. T1 will be back on the blue side, though, once again. I'm just glad that we get the full series between these two titans here in the LCK. Remember, stakes still massive for T1. They will have that first pick advantage. Creativity is concerned, but it's tried and true, and it certainly works. T1, they have a Yunara, they have a Victor, and they have a Dream.
Tower for a tower hit there. I think it's most annoying when he's up in your face and Chovy's trading with you.
Yeah, exactly. Having to deal with both at the same time is the important part, as Chovy is going to get licked momentarily. Death Ray comes on through, and Owner is coming in. Yep, no flash available for Chovy, so he's just going to get impaled to death. And that is first blood going over to the Skarner as well.
Now, though, so it would be a 4v4 on the top side.
There is a curtain call available for Ruler, so T1 respecting for now. Carrier possibly on an angle in, only level 5 here for the Tahm Kench. As Duro also. The Canyon will be able to W over, then Duro with the follow. So 2 come through for Gen.G. The last one was secured there by Owner as well. So as Owner is so tanky, first item complete.
Yeah, Canyon doesn't have a first item completed yet.
Oh, Ruler also doesn't have his ulti, so they're down a few buttons on the side of Gen.G. Chovy as well, his health bar relatively low. Slurkle going to connect, Duro gets in there with the quickness, finds quite a few, and down goes the Tahm Kench to start us off. Flash out from Owner, trying to keep himself alive as he's going to have to drive his way out of this one, but he will not be allowed to. Ruler delivered that kill. Gumayusi going down on the side, and Gen.G just wiped them out and then start back on the Dragon.
And I think T1 opting into a fight that wasn't really necessary here.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
The Keen Sante situation is happening once again as the flash in, and Keen drags him under his own turret.
Faker in. Are they going to TP Darn in or just let this go? I think the call is just let it go.
Yeah, Faker actually TPing to the top lane to grab the minions that were there. I think the turret may have actually just straight up died to minions if he hadn't have done so. Slurkle comes out, doesn't find Ruler.
That's feats of strength.
Yeah.
Demonstrate it.
Because I like seeing it all filled in. Yeah. We never get to see it all filled in.
But I think T1 making the right decisions to slow the pace down.
Yeah. And there it is. It's going to be filled in by T1 if it was still available to be filled in, but it wasn't. You know? But it is getting close. As Gen.G on the Dragon, Chovy just going to leave as there was a bit of a surprise waiting for him on the top side. Wanders back to this lane now, as let's see whether this dive is going to work out. Chovy's going to get that unfortunate news that there is a Skarner in the area, but Duro's made his way over, does interrupt Owner as well, as he does drive on through, but the tower is going to fall. T1 grabbing 2 actually already.
Top tower, bot tower, sorry, he's going to die.
The top tower is also kind of a breath away from dead, like a stiff breeze would be able to take it down. So.
But I think the position the game was in, we could have definitely seen a scenario.
And Gen.G still have a Jhin composition, and if there's anyone that knows that Jins can be disappointing, it's me. For the rest of Worlds, I think that year. Which did work out in our favor, okay, I might add, as Ruler gonna get slurkled up. That keeps him in the ghoulie wall and forces the flash. And Faker, his ultimate is just a circle. Doesn't actually do any slowing. Yeah. Keen is a raid boss, and he's gonna go all out, brings in the Yorick, and where did he go? He might be inside a Slurkle right now, but that's in the death chamber. We cannot see it, as Chovy finding a nice double stun here, as well as Owner looks to come through, but he's delivered by the Kazante, and down goes the Scon. Oh god, it is a bloodbath as Gen.G just mow them down. The Otacon going to be taken as well, as Faker, the last man standing, and there is nothing that he can do. He can throw out a Stunkle.
You're struggling there a little bit.
I was attempting. As 4,000 assists here for Chovy.
I mean, just some excellent play right now from Gen.G, and oh darn.
Oh dear. Doran's health bar looked large, but Chovy makes it much smaller. As another Q will do it, and down he will go. Wants to invest a flash there as well. Felt like Chovy deserved it.
That sounds like an uncle to say.
Yeah. And then there's the Slurkle, the classic.
Yep.
And Doran has the Wurkle.
The Wurkle?
Because it's a wall circle.
Oh, okay.
So it's the Wurkle.
The Wurkle.
Yeah, so that's all.
I think I prefer Ghoulie Wall.
I mean, Ghoulie Wall is way better, but technically if you were going to do it like a Slurkle, it would be a Wurkle.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe it could be a Ghoulie Wurkle. And if T1 can perform a miracle there, then maybe there's a way back in. As Doran, once again, finding some bad guys, but now has Owner with him. Warrior Trixie does bring Canyon over, as that is going to be the red buff secured There's the Impale as well, but Chovy will turn up. Owner having to flash away. The curtains have been called. Owner is able to... Oh, never mind! The last shot going to come through! And no one can escape this Gen.G today, as Duro able to just dash his way out of there. Gen.G find a couple of picks. This could break open even more of the base.
Just feels like there's no real recourse from T1. They're kind of just trying to get people out, run away, disengage from the situation. Oh no.
Oh, yeah. He's going to get closed in on. His health bar disappears in the blink of an eye as the flash forward from Keen looking for an angle, still wanting to find more, even though there is a Inara and a turret there. But Gumuyushi just not really doing the damage. And the Ghoulie Wall comes down, looking a little bit sad there as well. Would have liked the cat skin just for the Ghoulie Wall to add a little bit of happiness.
Remember when we had hope that this was going to be a 3-gamer?
Yeah, well, I mean, it is a 3-gamer.
Oh, no, sorry, that this was going to be a close 3-gamer.
Yeah.
Right, it is a 3-gamer. Remember when we thought this was going to be like a tooth and nail 3-gamer and it's just been 2 stomps?
Well, I have teeth and nails, okay?
Oh, no. Yeah, I didn't
quite. Oh.
That, yeah, where did he go?
Well, you know how they banned...
He's taking a nap. I like...
Do you remember when Gen.G banned Ball? They managed to kill Ball.
Oh, Tibbers is gonna kill him?
Oh.
I want to know.
Well, we're not going to see it. As Doran in a rough spot.
Just keep running, Doran.
Well, that is Canyon getting slowed down there, so not going to be able to quite close in on the Yorick.
There's no Krugs there. I think Canyon might have killed him. How dare he?
Because the Morning Mist is going to miss. So, Morning Mist, it missed.
Yeah. Also, Ghoulie Wall not very effective against Rakan.
Oh, that's that 50 gold that we were talking about as well. As Duro, that's a little bit frightening as they do avoid the knockup, but oh, even the Battle Dash gets him out! Maybe the space. No, don't give us that replay. I don't think you want that one. And Canyon just going to solo this last remaining Elemental Dragon and lock down the Infernal Soul.
I think after seeing that clip of Chovy one-shot Guma, I think I really was just asking myself, what did Gen.G need?
All that much. Slurkle slows down Canyon momentarily, but T1, I don't think they're defending this particular inner turret. Still, they want to try by the looks of things. Deadly Flourish going to go a little bit wide as the Maiden getting amongst it. Gumuyushi doing his best with that Q. Some more Slurkle value, but still the inner turret will fall down. Keen just walks up, pulls in the Maiden, and finishes off that tower. He is still doing so much damage in this game. As, yeah, see, there, for example, Owner was a tank, by the way, guys, and now he is dead.
He just got deleted completely. They're going to kill the Maiden now?
Oh, no, there's no recourse. It's now Chovy having to deal with the Arcane Storm. Faker able to take him down, asserting his dominance against his opposite number, but still the result is going to be a dead inhibitor in this mid lane. And I think this is just confirmation that Chovy isn't getting POM for this game. So they get some bounty gold as in goes Duro, out goes Duro. Canyon, oh, this flank angle, they do get vision, but it's just a little too late. Still Gumuyushi's able to flash his way out, but Canyon still so healthy. There's the flash forward, and Chovy says good night to the top lane of T1. The Inara tried, but T1 are now all on the floor. That is going to be the game win from Gen.G, and it is back-to-back massacres here in games 2 and 3. As Gen.G really wanting to put an end to this regular season that feels good, and man, they are going to be one heck of a raid boss moving into playoffs.
Interestingly enough, I think it was Aiming and Beryl who were first to play Sivir Karma. I know Beryl's played a lot of Karma.
He has certainly been clicking the Karma button quite a bit. It is looking to come in by the power of Cyanide.
This is a good timing to come in when your laners are healthy before they get poked out. You leave it any longer, not going to have a real chance to make something happen. So if life steps up too far and you find a gank, being a summoner can make a big difference.
Oh, Beryl is going to try and find his way in, and he manages to get the Tangle Bombs. Life goes down, and it's first blood for Aiming.
Close there. But Aiming will be able to walk off. Doesn't have to be in the flash, importantly.
Yeah.
We'll have to back away. In the meantime, Lucid will be taking some grubs.
Grabs 2 of them. He can drag the flag all the way out as the Ram coming on down here, but there's also an equalizer. Flash has to be employed here by Shiu.
How's that finished? But now setting up for Dragon. First Dragon in the game pretty late. In fact, so you see Lucid hiding in the brush, but the Dragon's giving away his position.
First items for both of our junglers as Pioshik does get tagged by Lucid. Fair bit of damage there is Aiming. Doing decent work towards life as well. And with this Enchanter support, there's not necessarily that go button here for DNF that often teams are able to rely on, as Yoshik decides to flash in as Bulldog is thrown so far away. The Dragon is going to get secured, and now Beryl going to go down first, but Aiming gets into the back line, and he's able to pick up a double kill. Life going to be another one perhaps, as there's the flash in. Acathian raining down, and he gets that cool animation with Uzi's skin there as well as he locks up the triple. That is 4-0 now for Aiming. He is all of his team's kills. He's currently burning down a little bit. In goes Beryl, looking for a little bit of an angle, but that's the shape splitter. Still gets a lot of information. As Dudu wandering over a ward, there is the wall down, and Beryl now potentially out of position, and the Pop Blossom not going to do anything at all. Some interruption coming on through, but that is not going to be enough here as DNF pick up the eye, and now look for Lucid and Aiming. Dudu also wanting to burn down Shiu, who does have a turret here. Beryl just looking for some angles here, but that is a lot of vision surrounding this Dragon for DK. And they will be able to secure it.
Mountain Soul, pretty big.
Out some items, and when Aiming also gets an ornament, and okay, Dudu taking a lot of damage here from Showmaker. Pop Blossom going to come on through. That will line up another orb shot, and Aiming steals it away with a Void Seeker. Star?
I mean, it's a rod. Are they not different?
That's a good point. Seraph's kind of looks like a staff. Why do you need it to specifically be called a staff?
I'm just trying to.
What about the staff of flowing water? Now I have to, because now I can finally build my gunblade again.
There you go. I love how they're just starting this up.
They are.
Why not?
DNF have been pretty good at committing to objectives and then taking them, but DK do know exactly what's going on. The redemption to heal them all back up again as Lucid is in the area. It's likely to be a 50-50 as the Shapesplitter actually trying to eat some of these harpoons, but down go the rocks, and there is the Otacon for DNF. Aiming is in the mid lane, just taking a turret. The bottom lane outer does go down as well. DNF got what they were looking for, but at what cost, ladies and gentlemen? As she is also going to stop all of these backs. Lucid also going to make sure life isn't going home. Showmaker is still taking it in a turret. Beryl is just going to die, but I think that was his plan. Life also just goes into a cataclysm here. Shiu trying to get himself out. Won't be able to flash because he just used it.
You know, I think they're pretty happy with that. They find a window to start up the Atacon, and T-Plus unable to contest. Lucid very nervous about approaching into the Talia. The Unraveled Earth a big threat.
POM for today.
No, I don't think so either.
Not yet.
But D-Plus do retreat and get the Dragon. It is only their second though. I still think DNF just very happy with how that passage of play went. I was a little concerned when they started up the Atacon. We've seen that go wrong so many times.
Pro handbook. They do have one.
I would love to read it.
Oh, it's joyous as the Cyclone going to come in here from Yoshik, gets the flash out from Lucid. But otherwise, not too much more is going to be found as Bulldog makes his way all the way in. Beryl just finds two of them, and the Tangle Bobs locks them up, and the Shockwave knocks them down. There's the Flag and Drag as well, the CC, the layering, it is perfect. It's like an onion. Down goes Berserker. He will be able to take Showmaker with him, but there's a knock-up from Shiu. That's for the early game rumble. As DK will be able to now take this in a turret and then look towards the Baron.
Hey DK, catch! DNF start a fight on Lucid. Not the best target. I'm not.
Maybe now, with the fact that he does get to sign the turrets that he takes. That's pretty cool. All right, the Ram going to come on through here. Trying to zone as there's the double knock-up as well from Lucid as he gets into the back line. But Yoshik is also buying a lot of time. It's a trade of junglers. As with the Baron, probably still going to be okay here for DK. As Shiu's still a tank, finds a bit of an angle here, gets right underneath that turret. That was a very weird interaction and series of things that happened. And in the end, the result was Shiu's dead and so's the turret.
Okay.
We're a bit fast and loose with our Barons today, aren't we?
Hey, DNF.
Heads up! DK fan, and it always has. It's when will they learn? And the answer is never. They will forever be DK.
Oh, look, it just rotated.
Yep. Oh, it's actually so sick. Too.
I mean, he's won 2 worlds on different teams.
Yeah.
He's won your heart.
Oh, imagine the documentary. Trying to figure him out.
What?
You know?
Okay, so we have Uzi signing the towers when they go down. What would you want on the barrel skin?
What? That.
I'm losing my mind.
Fantastic. This is some Rise Group content. All right, the Ram's going to come on down. Shiu finds only one knockoff, but still this whole team is split. Pop Blossom going to connect onto Dudu, but already Berserker is getting some work done. And Beryl, how did he live? He should not have lived. Showmaker's going to go golden, is now aiming, taking matters into his own hands, still has the flash. DK, they're going to get out with one dead.
LDR, he does just kind of shred you when you have those.
He did not need protein jack shoes, man.
Yeah, he has those half arm irons.
Yeah.
Like the hybrid ones. Oh, there's a flank.
Yeah, Bulldog going to get put into the baby cage. And the Ram is going to come down to stop any sort of follow-up. As you can see, Shiu actually going for it here. Gets a knock-up onto life. And is not going to get snared either. So that is a dead Bulldog for the next 50 seconds. He does have teleport, but that is such a long death timer at this stage of the game.
Yeah, it's still a bit spooky to go to the Baron because Equalizer's up, Cyclone's up. They will start it, but this is very fightable for DNF. Look at the low health bars on D+.
Yeah, Showmaker is actually needing to be very, very careful here. Gets the Seraph Shield, but now that's going to be on cooldown. As Beryl looking for an angle here, doesn't get the Pop Blossom onto anything at all. Neither does he hit the Tangle Bobs. His aiming has said that he just wants to dive into 4 people, and it's going to be successful. Void Seeker will land, but he doesn't have any more killer instinct because he used all of it in that last fight. And whatever that was, it just worked.
Main character Kai'Sa energy there from aiming, just flies in, complete confidence.
He couldn't have been more in the middle.
Yeah, he was just like,
Malcolm.
Bloodthirsty Shield was obnoxious.
Yeah, and also, if you thought that the Jack Shows wasn't quite doing enough, maybe it'll be fine now. As we've also, he's got the magic damage shield, he's got the regular mountain shield as well.
He's also...
Shiu is unkillable.
He's
and so Reese was there joining him or helping him out or something like that. That's why aiming got away with it.
Yeah, nothing.
Might have been the angle.
Yeah, you hear they're going to do like a reunion?
Yeah. That's actually, I think, why it's in my brain, because I saw something about that more recently.
What a great show.
Oh, it's such a good show. That's a lot of our teenage years, or at least mine. Maybe it was your primary school.
Not that much younger than you.
No, actually not that much. As all right, the entire ring of these inhibitor turrets has gone down. And DNF, one last defense, one last chance to keep themselves alive in this game. One thing to remember, though, is that this is Rise Group. Anything can happen in game 2. Have to keep their mental intact, but this game is looking done and dusted. As there's a Cataclysm from Lucid, finds a nice double knockup. Finally, a Pop Blossom lands, and Beryl is going to die yet again, but aiming is untouched outside of this equalizer as the Killer Instinct comes in. Bulldog not going to die to it just yet, but he has to come out of stasis eventually, and the Acathian is raining down to grab all these kills. Down goes the Nexus, and DK will take game 1.
Kind of limited in terms of CC to lock him down, so I don't know. I think in terms of having the tools available to deal with the Inara, I don't think D+ have fully hit the mark, especially compared to what Gen.G had. I'm concerned for him, and I'm not sure he is.
He's absolutely not. We're flashing for it. It's live. Finds the double pole as Pyoshik comes in and says, no magical journeys for you. Showmaker here, but the stun will come on down, and DK looking a bit worse for wear. As DNF also limping away from that fight, but still, gank not going to quite work out as, oh god. This is getting a bit messy here towards this bottom side of the map as well, as DK trying to hold them in position. There's the flash forward, the force shot. Oh, not going to be enough. Gets the flash with the flourish. But would have loved to get a kill on the board, and now...
You're so low!
He is super low, as the Q is going to come on through as the teleport!
Okay.
Beryl just going back home. He has meeps to protect, okay?
Beryl's the player who's just like so...
And so he needed to go collect the chimes. He needed to collect the chimes. As all right, that magical journey is not going to get him exactly where he wants, as there is a cow. There's also Pyoshik. As this dragon going down lower and lower. Lucid, let's see whether he can lock that one down, as the exhaust now on cooldown here for Beryl. Speaking of which, Pyoshik moving into the river now, as he did land a Sonic Wave, so that means he has to press Resonating Strike. As Lucid just going in, already down to 50% health as this is looking rough. He has to flash, but the flashes are all there. Tempered Fate to allow him to live a little longer. And does have that broken item, but he is just going to get taken down. That is Feats of Warfare.
Lucid trying to make something happen onto the Yunara, but not the easiest target. Berserker had sums, had the ult as well to give access to that dash.
Yeah, they also have the global advantage as well as Dudu. Not going to be allowed to go home. But I don't think they're going to be diving him or anything like that. Yeah.
Not really the same level of engage here, and it's a little bit worrying.
Well, Double Dragon does come in and it's Infernal Soul. Completely, but gets very, very close.
Yep. So we're going to try and push for it right now.
Yep.
Berserker wings
should be able to get a couple of autos. There it is.
Yeah. They had Dudu and Bulldog in the wings, just roaming down to make sure.
Get a Tibbs. And that's worth maybe
not quite as much.
Not quite as much at this stage of the game. Okay, that is a public execution here. Onto Dudu is aiming. We're going to try and get some damage down himself. Shu, will he get pulled back? There's the flash in, but my god, the healing is disgusting. Just not quite enough to get through the curtains that have been called. Oh, that's just, he just gave him 50 gold, Showmaker. And now he's tagged by a Slurkle. As the redemption comes in, Lucid in so much trouble, and he'll get taken down as well. A huge dive as life is just taking control in this game.
He's doing so much, you know, having the Alistair there to dive, so easy to make it work. Lucid trying to protect his mid laner there.
As I guess that goal has a net, but, you know, it's about the same. All right.
Yeah, we've all played on a field where the goal didn't have a net.
Oh.
It's Rise Group.
Yeah, there we go. Well, let's see whether this Otacon is what the DN freaks want. As Showmaker is running up the river, or swimming, or something, as Xiu looking to try and dash out of the way, but finds the public execution, then trying to get back to the rest of his team as the Tempered Fate to try and buy some time, as the Ambessa somehow lives for such a long time. The Galio is still going to come on through though, and Lucid not going to be able to heal himself up enough. There is the curtains being called, but it is curtains for DK. Is that a quadra-kill? Yes, it is for this Yunara. And it is almost a sweet guarantee that we are going to 6 games this evening.
I feel like the fight started a little bit slowly, you know? It was kind of a ramp-up sort of fight.
Fantastic here for DNF. As back out onto the Rift once again. And I mean, 6.5k, surmountable is... It's not looking good. It's barrel. Oh, the fake out.
Everyone's asking where is surmountable, not how is surmountable.
Well, are we asking how is Beryl? And the answer would be soon to be dead. How does he feel about that? Not entirely sure.
I think we know. I think Beryl's fine with it.
Yeah. As we can see in the player cam, expression has not really changed. Guys.
Yeah.
That's the...
If he collects enough chimes, they do scale infinitely, right?
True. There you go. As public execution going to come on through. Bulldog flashes away though. Xiu looking a bit worse for wear. That is a big burst of damage, but nothing that's actually going to get too much. Still, Showmaker does take an inner turret towards the bottom side. That might be something. Somehow there's no bounties up, even though it's a 6,000 gold lead here at 24 minutes. Spioshik comes on over, looks for Beryl, finds the kickback angle, doesn't quite get him over the wall, but gets him close enough to Dudu to make sure that the Bard is once again dead. Collect. Okay.
He wasn't scared of dying, he
didn't even know there was anyone coming.
He had a business arrangement.
Yeah, as all right, Magical Journey gonna get denied here by Life, who does pop the ulti pretty early. Still DK, they do not want this. And you can understand exactly why. Showmaker is spotted. Now slightly out of position, breaks the chains, but Life is going to find him. The exhaust goes down and the Annie is dead before she can do anything. Public execution, just because she knew he had no way out. He'll go down as well. Man, this is utter domination here on the Rift for DNF. 9.4 thousand gold. As DK, yeah, I think take some Krugs. That's probably about the option here. As the Baron gonna get started, and I just don't know if there's any way DK can dissuade them from just taking this.
Yeah, Manba's playing Disruption to try and stop Lucid getting in.
Yeah.
Flash.
Curtain call does come on through here. As the rest of DNF diving on over. In goes Lucid trying to get the angle. He flashes into the pit, and they stop the aggro. Down it will go. Pyosha gets back over. That is Baron.
He proved that he could.
Yeah.
And isn't that what we're going for?
It's part of the battle, 100%.
If the goal was getting in the, if that's what wins you the game, just getting in the pit, then he succeeded.
Yeah, if the Nexus was there at 1 health, he might have been able to do
He did die as soon as he got in the pit, so I'm not even sure that would have won them the game.
But he would have been close.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what matters. You know, my mum always said it's the thought that counts. When I gave a bad gift. So, Life looking for an angle. Speaking of angles, Shiu gets into that back line, but the Pulverize is there to answer. Oh, speaking of pulverized.
Where'd they go?
Yeah, Showmaker just disappeared. Lucid gonna follow suit as Berserker just cleanses because he can. Heroic entrance, and it's not all that heroic if the game is basically already over. That is gonna be the ace here.
Oh, he lives!
Okay. Yeah, DNF, they're just gonna finish off these Nexus turrets, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We get it. The third game in the series. DNF managing to win one against DK here in rounds 3 through 5, and they might even be able to win a series. This is kind of fun, this team composition here from the DN Freaks. On the D plus Kia side, they are going to win in the mid game, or they are going to die a horrible death, is kind of how it's going to be.
We won't get distracted.
No, of course not. No, absolutely.
We never get distracted by anything.
Never have. No, not a 1 gold bounty, not a 2 gold bounty, and definitely not a 7 gold bounty. We've never been distracted by them at all. As Beryl's going to get jumped on yet again. This time, Pyoshik is there, bringing Lamb and Wolf along with him.
You know, I always think about, because the sort of normal is you put your mark on the enemy jungler. That's what you always see, right? You always put your mark on the enemy jungler. It's very rare to see a different situation.
We all know where Pyoshik's mark should be.
Flash is on you. I wonder if they're trying to take... I wonder.
Well, he's still going to find Pyoshik here.
You know, I think Shiu's intuition did not fail him there.
No, he intuited well.
If you can get to that 2-item spike, get 4 stacks on Pyoshik, you're feeling good.
Well, you're also feeling good if you're Lucid here, looking for an angle onto Bulldog, who gets pulled into the red pit and then charmed up. Orbiter Setchum comes down, and there is the kill secured. First blood, actually, here at 13 minutes into the game. The Rod of Ages, but that will pay off later in this game.
Also nice getting the Ultima Hunter stack.
Oh dear. Well, Dominus is going to be utilized here by Shiu, but he's just thrown around like a ragdoll and will get taken down by Pyoshik, who I believe...
Still a good kill to get.
Oh, Bulldog gets out of there.
Wants to play it safe. And Tower picked up as well for DNF, so first of the game.
Yep, second one is going to go down here towards the bottom side, but that'll be a little bit late. So clawing back the gold lead here, and you can see 200 is all that it is now.
I mean, Dudu has a massive lead.
All right, Rift Herald going to get started up. This will be the objective, feats of strength going over to DK if they can lock it in. But Pyoshik looking for an angle. Dance of Arrows gets him towards Beryl here as there's the culling just to dissuade them from coming over. But everyone's here on DNF's side. Shiu now looking for an angle. Doesn't have flash though, but there's the Vault Breaker to bring them on top of Dudu. The steal for Pyoshik is fantastic, but Bulldog just blows up off to the side. And over the wall goes Lucid. He's out and he's back in again. I don't know about that one as he just gets magnetized. And the Lamb's Respite comes in. There's the pull away, but I don't know whether that was the target that Dudu really wanted to get. As now Pyoshik, he's able to get over the wall, but the rest of them, they just get destroyed. And perhaps not the Renekton either.
Like as well, if he'd gotten the heal and then had used his ult to sustain back up a bit, maybe could have more of a fight. Because it would have essentially been a 4v4 coming out of the ult. Maybe if they burst down the Renekton.
Yeah. Could have been a potential angle. Speaking of angles, Beryl is going to be able to stand beside aiming, and that will be able to keep him alive.
It's like, oh, 2,000 gold lead, where is it? And there's 50 carries every single time.
All right. Backdoor bonus, not really going to matter too much when Beryl is just happy to tank things up. Theoretically, where life had the potential to be.
Yeah, that's true.
I clutched at a lot of straws, and I think I missed.
Yeah,
you know?
1 in 20. It's still a big lead for D+. That's a lot of damage though.
Owie, yep.
But we have completed 2 items for Shiu, for Lucid. Berserker's close to having his Manamune stacked up. Very close, very close. Bulldog is close to having his Saras a little further away.
Ow, man, this 2-item Ari is actually kind of hurting.
Oh, he needs that Manamune stacked up.
Oh, Seraphs is done. Shio on a flank angle, though. The entirety of DNF are grouped up. They get control of the mid lane. That is at least something, as this is Soul Point. It's a big deal. Banana Brush control is there for DNF. They have that ward in the pit. Shio's still lying in wait. Control ward goes down, finds the Crocodile, who only gets a slice. And now they dive in on top of Dudu. Shio able to get himself out of there as Dudu is able to pull them in, but the Lamb's Respite, just the corner of it there for Lucid was very, very funny. As there's the all-out, Dudu getting himself out again once more. And it is just Beryl that's on the ground. Never mind, I say that. And now it is Lucid that's dead as well. How did that even happen? The Realm Warp brings Bulldog over, and that is going to be the end of aiming. We thought that it was going to be the Otacon throw, but it was the Soul Point throw instead.
Berserker.
Yep, here's the angle. He does get the Valkyrie in. The flash comes out, the flash to follow, and Berserker picks it up. Pioshik going to be able to grab a dragon here for DNF. Yeah, they didn't catch on, as it turned out.
Yeah.
Pioshik did officially go down to 1 HP, by the way. Now DNF are on the Otacon. And DK are here, Lucid in position. The culling comes down, Life already down very, very low as Pioshik is the only one knocked up by that ulti from Beryl. Still, DK have that redemption, and it is going to be Pioshik that locks down the objective now. They're looking for a potential fight as, oh dear, the charm connects onto Bulldog, but he gets into the Lamb's Respite, and oh no, the Rel is going to miss out. There is the ult from Lucid, and now the resets finally come in. Shio and Dudu just doing their own fight off to the side here. Shio wants none of it.
If they get the Baron, then definitely worth the D+.
We will put that one down as a pros column item. 100%. Shio is going to be able to make his way in here. This is definitely gone. As DK, they're going to say, you can have your Otacon, we'll take a Baron, and we'll attempt to make an insurmountable lead. So that will be the prize here for DK. Extending that gold lead ever further, ticking over to about 5K. There it is. 2.4, moving over. They do have pings down onto Showmaker, but unfortunately, they're just too far away.
Doing a good job of maintaining the pressure. Beryl is obviously holding the fort.
Stopping backs with redemptions.
And he spent that money well. Look, he has the upgraded plated steel caps.
Yeah.
Lock it.
Absolutely. There's a Magna Storm, though, to land onto 2. Out goes Beryl, though. He puts up the door. Sometimes you engage, but it's on to 2 of the tankiest members of the team.
Well, they get a flash of Lucid, which is something. But
and the redemption.
Oh, TP flank coming in.
Yep, double teleports coming down as Bulldog once again pretty close to this one, but there's the charm onto Dudu. He has to flash to get himself out of the way. Lucid testing the waters here, but the culling is just going to melt the Rel, and off to the side. Dudu has once again opted in for a 1v1 that Showmaker will say is not, in fact, one of those. The flash forward, but the auto will follow this Corki, and Pioshik, he is in the Lamb's Respite, but he has to dash out of it, and that means it's a triple kill for Showmaker, who gets enough of these resets. Bulldog was backing on a control ward, which is not exactly optimal. And in goes Lucid to lock down the kill onto the Rise. That will secure the ace in trade for 1 Crocodile. And DK, even though it was a long series, it was still a victory here in the end. Unfortunately for DNF, not able to make their way through, but at least we got a Pioshik Kindred game in the end, and they kept it interesting. That was a good play around the Otacon that unfortunately went a little bit wrong, and DK were able to reign supreme.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.